At 19 years old, he is considered a Spanish phenom, tennis sensation, and touted as tennis heir apparent to dominate the sport for the foreseeable future. Who are we talking about? Carlos Alcaraz. In this video, we will explore the top 6 reasons how good Carlos Alcaraz is actually. Number 6. Dominating tennis from youth. Carlos Alcaraz Garcia was born on May 5, 2003 in El Palmar, Murcia, Spain, to parents Carlos and Virginia. Carlos Sr. is a former player and a tennis coach, and so he taught his son the sport from an early age at the start of 4. As a young child, Carlos Jr. would hang a poster of Federer, his idol, on his bedroom wall, and as a 10-year-old, Alcaraz took his first tennis trip outside of Spain, playing a tournament in Croatia. Alcaraz had a successful trip, and although he lost in the finals, it gave him the desire to pursue the sport that he loved. At just 14 years old, Alcaraz claimed his first ATP ranking points after reaching the quarterfinals of the $15,000 ITF Pro Circuit in Murcia in February. Alcaraz beat 2-time ATP Challenger winner Federico Gaio of Italy, as well as 19-year-old Russia Nikita Tatianin, before falling to Spanish veteran Sergio Gutierrez Ferrell in the stage of Final 8. Yes, from an early age, Carlos was beating the big boys, and he was just getting started. Carlos was also a part of the Spanish national team under 14 that won the Copa del Sol and the Winter Cup. As a 15-year-old, Alcaraz won the continental title in the boys 16 and under category, defeating Elmer Moller of Denmark 6-4, 6-3 in the final played in Moscow. Carlos was later ranked as a Tennis Europe Junior Tour #1 and became the first 15-year-old to beat a top 200 player on the ATP circuit in a decade. As a junior, Alcaraz was ranked as high as world number 22 and won 2 titles on the ITF Junior circuit. Carlos was on the path to greatness. Number 5. History-making run in the pros. In February 2020, at the age of 16, Alcaraz made his ATP main draw debut at the Rio Open after receiving a wild card for the singles main draw. Carlos defeated Albert Ramos Vinolas but fell to Federico Correa in the second round. In 2021, at age 17, Alcaraz qualified for the main draw of the Australian Open, making him the youngest participant in the men's singles. He won his Grand Slam debut, defeating fellow qualifier Botic van de Zandschulp in straight sets before losing in the second round to Mikael Ymer. At age 17, Alcaraz qualified for the main draw of the Australian Open, making him the youngest participant in the men's singles. At the 2021 US Open, Alcaraz defeated world number 3 Stefanos Tsitsipas in a 5th set tiebreak to reach the 4th round in the biggest win of his career. Alcaraz became the youngest man in a Grand Slam 4th round since 17-year-old Andrei Medvedev at the 1992 French Open, and the youngest man in the US Open 4th round since 17-year-old Michael Chang and 18-year-old Pete Sampras in 1989. At the next-gen ATP Finals, Alcaraz defeated Sebastian Korda to win the championship and end the season with his first ATP title. It laid the groundwork for a tremendous 2022 season so far. Seeded 14th at the 2022 Miami Open, Alcaraz beat 6th seed Casper Ruud to win his first Masters 1000 title. He became the youngest men's champion in the tournament's history. At the Barcelona Open, Alcaraz defeated top seed Stefanos Tsitsipas in the quarterfinals to enter the top 10 for the first time on April 25th. Carlos is the 20th teen to break into the top 10 since the ranking started in 1973. It was the first time since Andy Murray in 2007 and the youngest since Rafael Nadal, also on April 25, 2005, at the same event. Alcaraz then saved 2 match points against Alex de Minaur in the semifinals to advance to the final, where he defeated Pablo Carreno Busta in straight sets to win the title. Carlos even made more history at the Madrid Open by defeating Rafael Nadal in the quarterfinals to become the first teenager to beat him on clay and ending Nadal's 25-match win streak against fellow Spaniards. The following day, he defeated the world number 1 and top seed Novak Djokovic in the semifinals for his 6th straight top 10 win. Alcaraz became the youngest player to win a match against a world number 1 since Rafael Nadal against Roger Federer in the 3rd round of the 2004 Miami Open. In the final, he went on to win his 4th title for the season and 2nd Masters 1000 in his career, defeating world number 3 and 2nd seed defending champion Alexander Zverev. It was the first time since David Nalbandian in Madrid in 2007 that a player has defeated 3 top 5 players at Masters 1000 event. Carlos became the youngest player to do so since the start of the ATP Tour in 1990 at the same event. He also became the youngest champion in tournament history. As a result, he climbed to a career high of world number 6 in the rankings on May 9, 2022, and the favorite to win the French Open. Fun fact, some people don't genuinely like their first name. Apparently, Carlos Alcaraz is one of those people. During the post-match interview after his second-round victory at the Madrid Open, the Spaniard opened up about why he doesn't like being called by his first name. He stated, "I don't like being called Carlos. I like Carlitos or Charlie." Honestly, Carlos seems very serious to me, and it seems that I have done something wrong. Sounds to me like Carlitos, usually got in a lot of trouble with his mom. Only logical explanation, right? Anyway, let's honor the man's wishes for the rest of this video, and we will call him Charlie or Carlitos. The least we can do. Number 4, Alcaraz stays cool in big matches. Promising talents emerge in every sport, but some are unable to climb to the top because they fold under the bright lights. Charlie is cool like the other side of a pillow. Alcaraz's on-court demeanor and temperament are probably the Spaniard's greatest assets. His maturity and the way he carries himself on the court speak volumes of his mindset. Carlitos' demeanor is similar to that of his compatriot Rafael Nadal. His ability to stay in the moment is a great asset and has brought him rich dividends in his short career so far. During his third-round clash against Matteo Berrettini at the Australian Open, the Spaniard fought back from 2-0 down to force a decider, showcasing his self-belief and fighting spirit. Beating top 10 players like Djokovic, Nadal, Murray, Tsitsipas, Diego Schwartzman, Berrettini, and Cameron Norrie attest to the fact that he is a big match player. Yes, as the saying, cometh the hour, cometh the man, and Carlitos delivers. Number 3. Game has no real weaknesses. At a young age, tennis players often have holes in their game that prevent them from challenging the elite. Charlie has bucked that theory by possessing a complete game and getting better by the day. Carlitos can challenge top players because of his return game. He has already established a reputation for being a relentless returner, and his return game is up among the best as far as breaking serve from specific points is concerned. His return game was on full display in his victory over an aggressive server in Tsitsipas in Miami, as he broke the Greek on 4 occasions. Meanwhile, his net game is also incredible for his age. Being an offensive player, Alcaraz makes a conscious effort to step up to the net to finish off points. His finesse and hand skills at the net, coupled with his breathtaking reflexes, make him a delightful volleyer. In an era of big-hitting baseliners who refuse to concede an inch from the back of the court, Alcaraz's ability to move forward is a breath of fresh air. Number 2, athleticism and impeccable tennis IQ. Not only can Charlie make all the shots, but he has athleticism, speed, and exceptional court coverage. It was on full display in his win over Kekmanovic in the quarterfinals in Miami. His shot tolerance at such a young age is also incredible. His tennis IQ is off the charts to understand the game to stay one step ahead of his opponents, and it has paid rich dividends so far this season. Carlitos has been sensational on clay and hard court. With his structured game and impeccable tennis IQ, he certainly has the tools to do well on grass, thereby developing into an all-surface player. Number 1, admiration from the current and past tennis players. In order for someone to be considered a legit player, former and current players must certify their game. Charlie has received the praise of his peers and the greats. For instance, Rafael Nadal said about Alcaraz in March 2022 after he advanced into the Indy Wells semifinal, "Carlos has a great team next to him. I think he will be unstoppable in terms of his career. He has all the ingredients and passion." After his defeat to Carlito at the Madrid Open, Djokovic said that he held his nerves very well. For somebody of his age to play so maturely and courageously is impressive. He deserved to win. I had a lot of chances and it was a fantastic match. Great battle. Tennis legend Patrick McEnroe also considers Alcaraz the next great player, stating, "Alcaraz is in the process of taking the game to another level, which is amazing considering what we've seen in the last 15 to 20 years with those 3 other guys. He's a special guy." Yes, the 6 points discussed prove that Carlos Alcaraz is good and on the path to greatness. So do you think that Carlos Alcaraz is the next great player? Will he overtake Rafa and become the king of clay? Let me know in the comments section, smash that like button, and subscribe to this channel for more premium sports related content. Until next time.